Hey everybody, it's Joe here, Maniac for Toys. I just finished recording the NERF Collectathon video. Oh, you have no idea how much I put into this video as far as effort, just for setting it up and recording. It took me about an hour and a half to move everything out, to take them out of the bins and try to organize them in different categories, to figure out where exactly I was going to set them all up so you can see them per category. Then, like, over the next 3 and 4 hours after that, it was recording, taking photos, moving things, and then putting other things in its spot. And here we are. So, this is almost 9 o'clock at night. There was daylight when I started this video. That's why you might see that in the beginning shots, and then you just see, like, a big garage light next to it. So, moving on from there, I'm going to set everything back into the various Tupperwares and boxes I brought them from. I need to give you some scope here of how much is there. This is all N-Strike Elite stuff. Then over here we have some Dart Tag. I know it's not really coming through because the light's not on. I can't really get the light on from there, but it's right at the edge of the garage. Over here we have some Super Max and Star Wars, Zombie Strike, the Vortec, you have Mega, Rival, you have N-Strike, big bulk of I don't think anything has as much blasters as N-Strike before Elite. And then we have Modulus here, and then we have pre-N-Strike, which is a whole mess of things, which is why, yeah, it looks like a big category, and a couple up here. So yeah, looking down the driveway, yeah, it looks like a bunch. I am sure that it's around 50 different blasters here, whether or not they are opened or new or broken or whatever. So now I'm going to fit them back into containers, and I'll let you get to see what that's like, because I have some that I'm going to use for future events. That's kind of one reason why I took them out in the first place. But now you get to see the ones that I would like to keep around, and then some, fun for here and there. Alright, this is the primary container I will use, at least for now, for NERF competitions. These are the ones that are better performing than the rest, and they have different types of ammo in here. Something that I haven't done with some of the other containers, where I have Elite darts, AccuStrike darts, Adventure Force darts, and the Valentine darts, or Little Valentine darts, I believe they're called. Good to have a mix of those in there, just in case some blasters work better with certain darts, and it's kind of hard for me to remember the entire list of the ones in here, but if you see my video, you probably know what exactly is going to be in here. We have the 3 Retaliators, we have 2 of the Modulus ECS 10s, the one that doesn't work is going to be in another container. We have a Stampede Shield, as you can see right up front. We have a Jolt and a Triad as like a Last Stand sort of thing. Hammer Shot is in here. We have all the stocks that I like, which are the Super Soaker one, the Chop stock, and the Mediator stock. Also, the Mediator is in here. Don't forget about that. We also do have a Strife in here. Kind of expected that. And the Ravenfire. And I think that's everything. It's hard for me to see from here. I don't remember everything. I think there was also the Chrono Barrel in here for safety's sake. I think beyond that, it's not much. I think we got it all. Yeah, it's still a little bit of space left over just in case I need other stuff, such as mechanical supplies like, battery checker, batteries, screwdrivers to open up some of these, a little extra space, not too bad. And there's also a lot of clips in here, so I could use those. So, in we go with the lid! Inside of this container, we have my personal favorites. These are ones that I probably won't use for competition that much. They're just here and there to fun to play around. And some of these might actually have gone over to one of the other bins. I feel like some of the other ones I probably could just mix with them in some way. But these are definitely ones I picked first off. We have the NERF Arena Blast collection, which is kind of expected. We have the Pulsator, Secret Shot 1 and 2. We have the Arrow one, I forget what it was called. We have the Wildfire, and yeah, all 5 of those and the Secret Shot one are in here on the bottom. we have the Supermax 5000 and the 1500 in here, because of course I'm going to put the 5000 in for my personal favorites, just by design and nostalgia. We have the Thunderbow, we have the Hyper Sight, which I thought was kind of cool. I think it'll be fun to play around with that one. The Barrel Break, a Firefly, a Barricade, an Apollo. Ammo for all of them is also included, except for the arrows. I do have those in a separate container. And we have the Ball Blast and the Maverick. Yeah, I'm definitely going to put the Maverick in there. That's also, yeah, kind of expect that to be a favorite of mine. So now, we'll put the lid on and call it a day for this container. In this bin, we have Miscellaneous. What else do I really need to call it? Because this is a hodgepodge of just about everything else. I didn't find a proper category of best, second best, least, and then ones that could fit back in boxes. So these are, you know, varying in quality. I think some of them are still good and useful for things. It won't be exactly at the bottom. It'll just be the next one up. You know, some that might be useful depending on what I need. Like I noted in my video, 3 of these is actually nice if you want to have like an even round, so they're all, you know, the same type of blaster, the same performance basically. The Recon and Long Shot are in here. I did try to fit the Long Shot into another bin, but didn't work out. Underneath here are all the dart tag ones, as well as all the vests, so that's actually good for that competition, like if you needed to split people into teams. Problem is, gotta dig all that stuff out to get to those vests. Yeah, I didn't think about that, because they're already sitting in there before I put in the blasters. There's also the working Arrow Storm in here, a Disruptor, some of the Vortex ones, some of the Cyber Strike stuff, the reactor you see up there. I'm trying to peek around and see if I can find anything else. The other stock or rather the other barrel for the Retaliator is in here. It's literally the same thing as the Recon, and I didn't bother putting it in the primary bin because it doesn't really need it. I would use other barrels over that. And Tech Target, I can see that in there as well, that I mentioned before as Dart Tag. This one is ready to go. The lid. Okay, it's got a little bit of bend to it, but I could work that out. Looking over at this bin, we have what I'd like to call the All-American Rejects. These are the blasters that I am least fond of using. I don't have many purposes for them, and better to keep them all together and stowed away at the bottom of the bins. Like, when I put all these together, it would be the one that everything else stacks on top of, you know? It's not really something I need to get to unless I need to look for a specific blaster in here, but I don't expect to use them that often. There are a whole bunch of broken ones that are in here that I mentioned earlier in the collection video. There are the knockoff ones that are in here. I didn't put the Super Soakers in. I'm just going to keep them in a separate box. Not really going to worry about it that much. But yeah, Super Soakers I don't expect to use that much either, but probably a little bit more than these. We have the missile type that's in there. I couldn't really find a lot of darts that could work with it, or really a lot of missiles that could work with it. It's strangely a little larger than an Elite Dart, but smaller than the current Mega Darts. It's definitely some kind of old kind that obviously doesn't exist anymore for whatever dart or arrow is in there. There's also the Star Wars ones in here because they don't really get good ranges. It's the Poot Bin. That's a better name for it than the All-American Rejects. The Poot Bin. Because we have also, you know, the Star Wars ones that poot out darts. They have the Recon that poots out darts. Actually, the Recon is in separate bins. I'm looking at the Long Strike. That's what I'm thinking of. The Recon was a close one for this. We do have the Unity Power System, which poots darts at this point. And there's also the Atom Blaster and I think the Reactor is in here? No, it's in another bin too. Okay, never mind. Ratchet Blast, yeah, that's one of the broken ones on the bottom. I'm just trying to look around here to see if I missed anybody particularly, especially of the Nerf variety. The Scout is in there because of Poot starts. So we got the Poot Bin now, as I'm labeling it. Requiesced in Pace. I don't even know if that's gonna fit with the Long Strike on top of there though. Might need a little bit of work. Long Strike might be spared to another bin. Looking back out here, we have some of the water blaster ones I mentioned in the video, which are pretty much going to go in their own box. Some of these I actually rearranged what boxes are going in, so the rattlers rather. The rattlers fit very well in one box together. There's the Flip Fury, there's the Elite Alpha Trooper, and back in its box. The connects I didn't take out of it. It's just ammo in that box right there. There's a couple other boxes around that I just haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do with them yet. I just know that some of them I like keeping around the same way I like to keep some Lego boxes around. Sometimes they're good for storage. The bow, I do have the box for it, just don't have it out here. I just need to go inside and dig it out. The quad-rod is not supposed to fit in there, it's just sitting next to it, but I do have the box still. Some of the other ones I didn't take out of the boxes clearly are able to fit back into the boxes, or vaguely took out of it. So that's a-okay, and a lot easier to store outside of the other bins. I may still use them for events and things, or extra ammo, whatever the case may be. It depends. I know Cyclone Shock is definitely going to get some use real soon, though. Alright, so we've got the lids placed, and now we can go over all 4 bins right before we end the video. We do have the other blasters that have already been stacked up in their own boxes and put away, with varying uses here and there. We're going to start off at the top with the primaries. These are the ones I will be using most often for battles and for competitions. I think it'll be a lot of fun customizing with them. They also have their own ammo included in there. There's some extra space for maintenance stuff, and they should be really good condition. Like they work very well compared to other blasters, even if they're a little bit older. Then we have the personal favorites. These are ones I would use outside of competitions and just having fun with other people, or just things I want to play around with because, by design, they are pretty cool. Then we have the miscellaneous category. I don't really have a purpose for a lot of these blasters, but they still work just fine. I think some here and there might be taken out depending on the use, but I don't know exactly right now how that's going to go. I also do think that there are some fun accessories to go in there with them, so that could add into the fun for certain games. And then we got number 4, the poot bin. This is, as I said before, the blasters that just poot darts out. They don't go anywhere. The functions of the blasters don't really work so well, or really didn't work well at the start. And some of them are actually broken, or just a little complicated to understand. So they're going to sit at the bottom and rotting underneath all the other blasters, the ones I don't care for. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the behind the scenes of packing all this stuff up from the major NERF Collectathon video. You can check out the whole video if you haven't already by checking the link in the description below and iCard and all that doobly-doo. And we'll see you next time with more videos, and it'll be a lot of fun now that these are reorganized.